Good morning. Good morning. It is 2:55 a.m. I am on my way to the gym, and I got on my knees this morning and I prayed. And my prayer was a fairly simple thank you. It was an acknowledgement. See, I remember the first time I remember encountering high levels of fear. And it was when I was in jail. When I was going in and out of that system. Your life is always held in a balance. You don't know what's going to happen. And inside the jail culture is what's called micro lawyers. And what these micro lawyers do, and even though they're wearing the same uniform you're wearing, they're locked behind the same door you're locked behind, these micro lawyers start to try to decipher, based on their limited knowledge of law, what's going to happen to you. And you go along with it because you want to hear and you want to relax that unknown with the known. Your imagination will have you believing that you are going to be sentenced to a life in jail for stealing a candy bar. But you'll let the micro lawyers who are wearing the same uniform you're wearing, locked behind the same doors you're locked behind, feed other thoughts and ideas into your mind about what the outcome is. And I remember that being the first time that I was ever encountering being uncomfortable with the unknown. Being uncomfortable with my life hanging in the balance of somebody else's decision on what's going to happen to me. And that feeling progresses on. When I first got into real estate, I would work to try to put a deal together, and I didn't know how. You never know how until you learn. But I never knew how to put a deal together. So when I put a deal together, it was important that I got it closed. Whether we needed the money, whether I was just trying to keep myself boosted and my ego still intact and telling myself that I know what I'm doing, I made the right decision, I'm in the right business. And you would do everything you could to keep this deal together, sometimes even at the fault of the deal falling apart because you wanted it to happen for all the wrong reasons, or you wanted it to happen too much. You were too into it, too involved. You were touching it too much. And I remember that if a deal fell apart, it would devastate me. And now I'm going to make sense of this for somebody who isn't in real estate, or somebody who doesn't run a business, or somebody that's never been in jail. I'm going to make sense of this because the same way I felt and the unknown would disturb me is the same way a woman feels when she thinks her man may be cheating on her, but she doesn't have evidence. The same way a student might feel if they did a test and they're not sure of the outcome. The same way a working mom and dad feels when a bill comes in and they don't have enough money to take care of that bill. How are we going to make it? And we all fall into that situation where the unknown is so unnerving. What next? What will happen? How will I do it? How will it work? So I got on my knees this morning and I couldn't help but say, thank you, God, for bringing me through those how will moments. Just recently, we had a huge transaction fall through, and My concern was not for me. I had already developed a mindset of go get another deal. You know how to get a deal. Go get a deal. Go make a deal happen. I wasn't concerned with the unknown. See, we always feel like we're never going to outgrow a feeling until we outgrow a feeling. And I never thought that I would outgrow the feeling of being uncomfortable with the unknown. And now it's simply reflecting back to a moment in time when I said there's been a lot of moments when I didn't know. There's been a lot of times when everything was unknown. But if you've been in enough unknown situations and how they will work out, you just simply tell yourself that I've been here before. I've seen this before. I remember this feeling. And it worked out. See, it's easier to give into a feeling that makes you feel helpless than to give into a moment of reflection where you feel powerful. See, I don't get sad when the unknown hits me. When a deal falls through, and maybe I needed that deal to go through. I really needed it, not just for my clients. I needed it for me. I needed it for my self-esteem. I needed it for my morale. I needed it to hit my goal. I needed it to take care of a responsibility financially. I needed that deal to go through. But what can you do? See, I've also learned that not everything that happens to me was a lesson for me. A part of me believes that maybe the owner just need to have a little bit more faith. And that's why it didn't happen. Then the next day I went and picked up 3 new deals. See, it was never about me, because I did everything I could. But even the owner said, I knew it wasn't going to work. Something was telling me it was going to fall apart. You got what you thought about. You got exactly what you thought about. And that's how life works. You get what you think about. You get what you ask for. So as I prayed this morning, I just said, God, to give me more process. Because the process is what makes progress. And I just simply thank them for things I already have. My eyesight, my hearing, the use of my brain, its faculty, how it's working. I'm not losing my memory. I'm not losing my mind. I'm not forgetting my own name, how to get home. You woke me out of bed. I woke up smiling. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to run 4 miles. That's my goal for this week. Run 4 miles every day. And for every day after that, every week, taking up another mile. Next week, I'll run 5 miles every day until the end of the year. But you have to shift from being concerned about the unknown to saying, I've been here before. This isn't unknown. This is a repeat. What am I going to do differently this time, now that I'm aware that it's simply a repeat? It's not new. It's the same test I took before. It's the same financial challenges with my bill I've been faced with before. It's the same transaction that fell through before. It's the same cheating husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife. So what am I going to do when the unknown comes for me again?